Well, hey, Cookster here. Welcome to another video. This video I'm going to show the steps I used to hang the driver's door, which obviously is not here now because I'm about to put primer on it. Alright, the way I get my initial adjustment on these doors, I raise the hinges up all the way. You want to have them both in the same maximum amount of travel, whether it's up or whether it's down. Up is safer, especially in my case, so the bottom doesn't scrub the jamb. If you watch my other videos on my passenger door, you saw what a struggle I had with that door. I don't want the door all the way down until I know I have to push it down. So I've raised the hinges all the way up. You could do this by putting the hinges on the door first and then doing this, but this is a whole lot easier. It's a lot less cumbersome. Take it from somebody that's hung hundreds of doors in his old body shop career. Put the hinges on the car first. Now I've got an unfair advantage here. This door is empty. The skin's off of it. Again, in some of my other videos I talked about, I've cut the skins off of these doors. So all I really have is an empty door shell. So I do have an unfair advantage. If you've got a full door, glass in it, you know, full weight, use a floor jack. It's a great trick. We used to do it. We did it for years. Everybody, all body shop guys do it. Get a floor jack, raise it up, and then set the door on the jack, and you can adjust it up and down while you're, you know, getting the bolts in. Whole lot easier. If you ever tried to hang one by yourself without a floor jack, it's damn near impossible. Unless you're Superman. And I sure as hell ain't Superman. I wasn't 25 either. So anyway, I got my hinges set all the way up. I'm going to get my door. And in this case, I don't need a floor jack. The shell's empty. I can just pick it up and put it right up here and put the hinges, put the bolts in. So then the way I usually do it, I get it up here, I put one bolt, get one bolt at the top started, and then put a couple, 3 or 4 others in. I know you can't see that, but that's what I'm doing. So let's hang the door. Alright, so I'm putting one bolt in. Got a few threads, so now the door will hang on its own. I'm going to put in one more bolt. And then put a bolt in the bottom. And there's your basic hanging the door where it won't fall off. Now all you got to do is get your door, you know, tighten the bolts up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the door about in the middle of the travel. These doors adjustments, the height is on the A-pillar. The in and out is on the hinge side, the door hinge side. So you loosen the hinge bolts and that brings your door in and out. So I'm going to put mine about halfway in the travel, just as a start, because I don't know where it's going to be. So again, I know you can't see this, but let me get these bolts tightened up, and then we'll see what my initial set looks like. Sometimes what can happen when you put the hinges on first, these hinges can, you know, they can wobble a little bit or move a little bit. So sometimes you get them on, they're not quite in the right spot for the door. So this bottom hinge is just a little bit crooked where my bolts go in the door, his shell. So I'm just going to loosen them up. You can't see, but I'm just going to loosen them up enough to get that to fit. Alright, now that I got it where I want it, I'll come back and readjust my front hinge. Also, as well as being the up and down height on the hinge pillar, it's also your front and back. So you might have noticed when I loosened this hinge, the door dropped. You know, the hinge went all the way forward because the back fell down. So I'm going to raise that back up. So again, about halfway or so, just as an initial set. Loosen the bolts. Loosen. Usually when you're adjusting, you just tighten one bolt on each half while you're moving things around. Once you get it kind of set, you tighten them all down because that will suck things in a little bit. There we go. So now I'll put this in about half adjustment, something like that. That's around the middle somewhere. Again, this is just a start. So check the top because I hadn't checked it yet. So I've got 2 bolts snug on each hinge. Well, I do now. Let's close the door very slowly and see what happens. And I'm hitting, I think, back here. Let me get a flashlight. No, that's my door striker hitting. But yes, the bottom of the door is way, way too low. So I gotta pull this low, I'm gonna pull this lower hinge all the way back. Just in case you're guessing. Once I get the shell in a decent place, I've got to put the skin on it to really see how it fits. Again, watch my passenger door video. What a mess. I hope I don't have the same trouble on this one I had on that one. I don't know yet. Helps when that's loose. I'm going to pull that all the way up, which is I did. That's all the way back. So with this hinge all the way back, my door back is all the way up. We're still dragging back. We're still dragging back here. Now body gap wise, I still think I'm a little low. Yeah, so this hinge here, bringing this hinge here will also bring the door forward and bring the bottom up. So I'm going to pull this one all the way forward. So both these hinges will be all the way forward when I get through. Alright, now we're all the way forward. Alright, so the door is closing, but we're still binding up on something. Okay, we're hitting in the lower corner back here, which is the exact same thing that happened to me on that side. Now I can tell right here the top of the door. So your other adjustment, your in and out adjustment right here, this makes the door go in and out. The top of the door is way out, so the top of the door has got to go in. When the top of the door goes in, the bottom of the door will come out. It's like a big pivot. It pivots, you know, both ends going to move on you. So let me push the top of the door in, and that'll be on the door hinge side that you can't see. This is only, like I said, this is only an initial step. When I put that skin on and in the fender, that's where the meat in the pudding, or what's it saying? The rubber meets the road, or whatever. Now we are still bound. Ooh, we bound up big time. The front is hitting huge. Okay, we got trouble here. This ain't fitting for nothing. The door is too high, I believe. Now, I raised it all the way up on purpose. I'm almost certain, yeah. Yeah, I'm almost hitting the drip rail, so the door is definitely up way too high. I'm hitting in the door jamb right here. The exact same place I was hitting on the fender, on the passenger door. So I have no doubt this inner door is made wrong too. I might have to wind up cutting it. Alright, I'm going to cut the camera off and make some adjustments here. I'm going to get out the cutter and I'm going to cut off a little bit of this rear back here that's hitting on me. It's going to keep hitting. And then I'll come back and we'll try to drop the door down about halfway in its travel, something like that. Alright, we got to loosen both hinges, upper and lower, so when we do that, the door is going to fall. So just be aware of that. gonna loosen the bottom hinge first, and the bottom will slide forward. Alright. Now I'm gonna use my leg to raise the door up and down. On bare skin, this flange don't feel very good, that's why I got my gloves. Again, old body man trick. Done this 100 times. Hundreds of times. Oh, well. Alright. I had the top of my hinge kind of eyeball, so I know where it was at. I'm not going to worry about scribing it right now to get a fine adjustment. I just got to get it somewhere in the ballpark. We ain't worried about fine just yet. So I dropped it down about 1/8 of an inch right there. Let's see what that does for me. At this point, don't worry about the front and back. Just get your hinge tight so you can let go of the pressure. Then you can come back and adjust front to back. Alright, now I'll bring the back up a little bit. Reset it about halfway or so. Trying to see what I got. We are way too low. Let's pull the front forward. I know it dropped down. Top hinge forward, I mean. Which pulls the front forward. We're forward. Alright. Still hitting somewhere. My door striker's hitting, so I'm still too low. I got my door latch on. So it's hitting in the jamb, so I know it's too low. The bottom, I'll figure out the bottom later. The striker I know is in the right spot. I'll pull the bottom back all the way, which will kick me up. See what happens then. Alright, we're all the way, so that's all I got. We're closing, but we're still hitting on something. We're hitting down here on the door bottom. Same place I hit on the passenger side. Alright, so for those who have not watched my passenger door video, go watch my passenger door video. There's 2 of them. Well, there's actually 3. 2 about how I had to cut it all up. And the third one's about how I had to weld up bridges, holes and stuff, bridging gaps. These door bottoms are repop panels. They do not fit they don't fit. The passenger door, I had to cut it 9 ways to Sunday. That's an old Southern expression. The bottom one on the passenger side, I had to cut it. I don't know how much I had to cut. I had to cut it a lot, several times in lots of places, and rebend and reshape this door bottom to make it fit. Like I said, watch the passenger door video. So it's hitting right back here in the same exact place as the passenger side. This door bottom panel right here is not formed right. It's pooched out and pooched down in this corner. So what I'm going to have to do is the same thing. I got to cut this corner out to get me some clearance. So off camera, I'm going to do that off camera. I'm going to cut this corner out and get me some clearance here because I can't adjust my door anymore right now. I'm hitting down here in the jam. So once I get that done, I'm going to get some more, I'll do some more adjustments off camera because you're going to get tired of watching me adjust the door. One thing I didn't do in my passenger door video was show how it looked before I started cutting it. So this is the hinge side, door hinge side. So down in here, it hits all up in through here. This might even, no. It's not hitting here yet. It's just about to. There's barely a sheet of paper clearance in here between the door jamb and the door. So it hits down up in here. So what I did in the other door, same thing I'm gonna do on this door. I'm gonna split it right here so I can split it here and drive this in. And then this area right here is where I had to weld up that big gap and resculpt and reform this curve. The back, it is hitting now. It's dragging. I don't have a scrape mark, but it's dragging right along in here. So the same thing on the other one. Split it down here and then split it right here. See, this thing is pooched out right here. It doesn't look to be as bad as the other one was, but it comes down and pooches out on that curve and it hits all up in through here. So you can see where it kind of comes down and it kicks out. That's what's got to be. That's what's not right. Everything from here down is that repop panel. None of this is formed right. It's even missing. Here's the factory bead that went away. I had to just kind of weld it away right here. There's supposed to be this bead running all the way down it. That panel didn't even have that. Anyway, so I just wanted to show you what it looks like before I cut it. Get out of the light. So I got to split it here, split here, do all that off camera, get it back on the door, and try to make this side fit too. Oh, we'll make it fit. Get a bigger hammer. Oh, body man saying. All right, with the lessons learned on the passenger door, here's where I cut it and split it. Now I was very aggressive. I wasn't shy about cutting it this time. This piece here is driven in too far because I got to pie shape it. You know, it's overlapped, so I'll wind up coming back and cutting the wedges out to make that fit. So I'm expecting this gap right here and here to be about where it winds up being. This piece I'll fix. Here's where I cut the back. This is pretty much a mirror thing of the same thing I did to the back side. I'm not tacking any of this together yet because I want to see how it fits. So I just wanted to show you that. That's where I cut it. If I have to cut it again, I'll show it to you. Alright, another place I want to show here on this driver's door. I've got to cut this piece right here and move it in. Let me show you. It's hard to see, but there's a big lump right here. Let me show you with the profile gauge if I can. Do this with one hand. See the gap at the top, and it's kind of hard to see the bottom, but trust me, there's a big lump right there. It's making my door skin not fit right. And I'm trying to figure out why I didn't see it at first. And I realized when I cut this area out right here, this area right here was still here. When I rolled the bottom in, this turned into a big pooched out area right here. So that's why I didn't catch it at first. So if you do the same thing I did, just be on the lookout. You're going to have to cut this too and move it in. So I'm going to split it and move it in off camera, just like I, just wanted to show you it was there in case you run into it and, need to be aware of it. Okay, here's my driver's door after I've got it cut and shaped and started bridging it back together. I've got the final shape now where I want it. This is where I had to cut the gap where the door shell bottom was here. I pushed it over all the way from here all the way through here. Had to cut it and split it right here to get a bow out, and right here was where I split it because it was pooched up, had that big knob in it like this. So I had to cut it and push it down. That's why I cut it here. Reshape this entire bottom so I get clearance now on my door jamb side over here. Same thing on the rear. I've cut it, started bridging it back together. Had to split it down here and here. Oh, and I forgot to mention I had to make two splits here and here so I could get this piece to fold up and under. Split here and here. Split all the way down, all the way through here. I have been checking the shape of the bottom of the door. If you remember on my passenger door, I had a big crown in it, like this away. The driver's door doesn't have that. It's got it it does have it a very small amount. See how you can see my yardstick rocking just a little bit. And I think it's a little high in the middle, but I believe it's high on the actual seam, not so much the corner of the actual bend. So I'm not going to split this one in the middle like I did the other one. I don't think I'm going to need to. I think I can make all the adjustment I need by just rolling the bottom of the flange out. If that turns out not to be the case, I certainly will split it if I have to. But I don't think this door is going to need that. So I am now going to go ahead and weld the door back up. I'm not going to show you fitting and refitting. You've already seen that process. I just did want to show you how much I had to cut. So now I'm going to start welding it back together. I got to bridge these gaps and shape it just like I did in my video about bridging the gap and shaping. I might link it, I might not, somewhere up here. But same exact process. Weld that up, grind it, and shape it. I'm not going to show that. You've already seen that process. But I did want to show what I had to do to this door to make it fit. So if you guys have to do the same thing, I have no doubts you guys are hitting the same issues I am. So I'm going to go off and go do that, and when I get it all done, I'll come back and show it to you one final time. I just wanted to show the back side of the weld where I welded up, where I bridged the gap. I haven't put a grinder or anything on it. Obviously, it's rough looking, but it's supposed to look rough. It's the back side of a weld. All I'm going to do is run a grinder over it and smooth it some, because the door skin does fit right here up against it. There's a few spots it's hard for you to see, little low pits, places in it. I'll probably put a little bit of weld bead in there to fill it up just to make me feel better. Don't really have to do that, but certainly does not hurt. And then I'll run a grinder over it and dress it. Same thing back here. Here's this side. Like here's the area right here, it's a little bit low. But that's the back side. Look, there's not mountains of bead everywhere because of the way I showed you, the way I welded in at an angle from the side. So here we are, all cleaned up, ground down, ran the DA over it just to clean it up, make it easier to prep it for primer. Here's the back side. I did add a little bit of extra weld bead right in here, a little bit right in here, but that's the inside's done. Cleaned up. Now it's ready to put some primer on it. Let me flip the door over and I'll show you the other side. Again, here's the other side. There's the rear, the door latch side. It was cut all the way through here, obviously. And then here's the front. It was cut from here all the way around to about here. So here's the front side, ground down, sanded it with a DA. I also ran the file over the welds, straighten them out. They're not perfect. I wasn't trying to get perfect. All I really need is either a little finger wipe of filler, maybe, or just a heavy coat of primer, surfacer and blocking. That cop car didn't sound right. Had a burp. But they're done, ready to put epoxy primer on. So if you didn't know any better, you wouldn't know I ever cut them apart. And that's the whole idea. I'm trying to show you before and after right quick if I can. So here's the before on this one, and there's the after of the rear. Here's the before, the front, and here's the after. So that's it for this video. The driver's door is done. I just showed you where I cut it and welded it back together. I'm still going to fit it one last time, but I'm not going to show that unless there's something catastrophic happens, and hopefully it doesn't. I will be priming these. I'm not going to film that. There's no reason to show priming. You've seen plenty of priming. So the next time you see these doors will probably be maybe when I put lizard skin, spray the lizard skin on the inside and the skin. I'm probably going to strip the skin while it's still off the door. It's just easier to get to. Don't know if I'll film that or not. It's mechanical stripping. I know a lot of you don't. I've never really seen that done, so I might show that. I don't know. And then spraying the lizard skin on the inside of the door. Again, that's nothing interesting, but it most of you probably have never done that or seen that, and I'll probably film it. So anyway, that's it. Still got my scratchy voice. I was sick nearly all week last week, so I'm late putting the video out. I didn't do much work at all this weekend because I just didn't feel like it. I have seasonal allergies, and they really kicked my butt last week, so didn't get a whole lot done. I'm behind again. I keep setting these goals, and they just keep falling by the wayside. But hey, that's the way it goes. I'm out here doing this when I feel like it. I mean, I got a full-time job and a life, and you know, I love working on vehicles and doing this kind of stuff, but sometimes I just get burnt out and got to step away. And yes, I am trying to get my Model A in here. I know I keep saying that, and you're probably getting sick of hearing about it, but believe me, I am trying. I just trying to make as much progress on this truck as I can before I push it out for the winter. Because when it goes out for the winter, it'll probably be out for the winter and the spring, and Lord knows how long. So anyway, I'm rambling. I keep saying I won't do that, and I keep doing these rambling endings and whatever. Also, I want to say I'm still picking up viewers and I'm picking up subscribers, and thank you so much for everybody that's showing up, all the new folks here, and the ones that are sticking around. I hope, really do, you know, I keep saying it, I really do mean it. I hope you're liking what you're seeing and enjoying it, and I'm teaching you something and you're learning something. So thanks to all the new folks and the folks that are coming back. And I'm trying to grow my channel, so I got to keep saying it. You know, be sure and do the subscribe thing. Lifetime subscriptions are free. I'm Rat Rod Bob. Hey, if you see this, I stole your gig again. So thanks for being here. I hope you're learning something. I hope you're enjoying what I'm doing. I hope I'm not boring you. I'm trying to be a little bit silly on sometimes, and that's my personality. So I'm not the dry type. So by any means, at least I'm trying not to be. So anyway, thanks for being here. Be sure and do all the YouTube stuff. Like, comment, subscribe, the notification bell, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Y'all come back now, you hear? Oh, by the way, you see I'm wearing a jacket. It turned off a little cool here in the southeast over the weekend. So jacket time is coming out. Anyway, I'll catch you on the flip side. Y'all come back now, you hear? Enjoy the cool weather. Be sure and do all the YouTube.